Okay, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be showing you in this video the manipulations in pixellab. Okay, firstly, we have the menu buttons and we have this the computer, I think, is a taskbar. Yes, so these are the major ones we're going to be using, and in the in this on this region on this region you'll be seeing the pop-up menu. Whenever I click on any of these stuffs, these are the pop-up menus, and this place have their own effects too. Let me not talk too much. Let's just dive in. In this particular place, or this region, you have your projects. This is where all your works you've done on pixellab and you save them inside pixellab. This is where you see it saved. These are the little projects I've done so far on this my new phone. In my former phone, I had a lot of them, over 500 designs saved here. Some of them which I did not save because I designed lots of works almost every day. Okay, then let's play around this menus. You click here if you want to use this particular stuff, a default font. Here's another default font with its own background. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another. Here's another. And this and this and this and this and this and this and then this. So this is for those of you that want not to stress yourself. Instead, using any of these stuffs, you can just use them as a background and stuff. You manipulate it very well. Then the second is the text. The text bar with the text icon. Now it brings out this pop-up menu that will have the text. Once you click on the text, you see text comes up for you to add your text. Let's say let's edit pixel lab manipulations. So pixel lab manipulations. So I actually want it to be on a straight line. So I have to reduce this stuff and okay. Now you see, if I want to delete it, I can click here to delete. If I want to copy, I can click here to copy. Look at it. That's the effect. If I want to bring it to the front, I click here to bring it to the front. Okay, let's do an illustration of that. I come here to the back. This one is relative position. To position it whichever way I want to position. Then here, relative position to either create in the middle, at the left, at the right, in this particular center here, at the top, at the bottom. Okay, then here is the increase or decrease the size of the text. Okay, all right. Then here is for the padding, the left padding to create space either at the left end or the right end of the text. Here is to change colors. Now I want us to change color and do something. I want us to change color. I want us to make this one become bold so that I can show you something with it. Now we're going to copy it, and I'm going to bring it to this same position. I'm going to change the color to black. So now you see it's actually on top of this text. I'll show you how this to front and to back works. Now it's actually on the two front um, action already. So if I send it to the back, you see it has gone to the back. Send it to front, it has come to the front. Send it to the back, it has gone to the back. I come to front. You see? Have you seen the difference? Hope you're getting to see the effects. Alright, that is by the way. Now let's continue. Here's texture. This texture is where you can add a particular gradient you have as an image in your phone or suffix an image into this stuff. In the computer on CorelDRAW is mostly called power clipping. So this is one way you can do a power clip. Now if you come to this place, does it has redirected me to my files, and maybe I want to include this image. Let's come to downloads. I want to put in, okay, let's say I want to put in this butterfly. And I just click OK. You see, it has given the butterfly effect. If I come here to enable the maintain ratio, you see the stuff changes. It actually stretches the butterfly. You won't see it very effectively on this text, you see, but you're going to see it very much effectively on the shape when we get there. Okay, this one is opacity. This one is for opacity. Opacity is to reduce the transparency or increase the transparency of this particular text. The rotate is to rotate it either due the x or y axis, either to the left or to the right. Okay, this masking tool is actually used when you want to do some other creative manipulations on this stuff. You see, just cleaned some other parts. Okay, then the font. This is where you can change. These are the default fonts you have. These are the default fonts you have. You have over 30 of them here. So we can decide to choose anyone. Let's say Abriel Fate Face. Abriel Fat Face regular. Let's see it, you see. That's giving us an effect. And this is the bold effect. Either increase the bold, italics, on the line. Here to cancel everything you've done. So let's leave it like this. Then here's a curve. You can either curve it to the right, I mean to the top or to the bottom. Either the convex or the concave curve, whichever one you want to do. So that's that. Um, Let me bring this one back. Okay, then here's the text background. You want to give the text a background. The text is too empty. You want to give it a background. Let's say I want to give it a black background, or I come to gradient. I want to give it a color of its own. These are the default gradients we have there, and this stuff. Let's say I want to give it a gradient that suits it, a darker gradient. Let's say. mm, let's say I want to give it this gradient. You see the effect that's given it. Okay, that's for the text background. And here you can decide to increase the padding of the left background, or the text background, sorry. Go to the left, to the right, and make everything 10 10. Let's keep it in a squared form. To the right, to the top, and to the bottom 10. So this is the ratio. If I want to, curve the edges, this is the effect of curving the edges. Okay. Now the alignment of this text, I can justify it. Put it in the left, which is already on the left position. I can put it in the middle, I can put it at the right. This justify effect, you not really see it here very much. But if you're conversant with Microsoft Word, when you justify any text, the stuff balances with both the left and the right alignment positions, and thereby leaving some little space. They mostly use this justify for project works. Okay, so I prefer it on my left alignment. Then this spacing, this text spacing, you can try to space it like this, or this if I want to space it by letters, If I want to space it by words, I can space in this manner. Okay, let me put the words together so that I can see the reaction. If I want spaces in words, you see the effect, right? I want to bring it closer, you see. I want to space it out too much, you see. So that's just that for that. Then I want to space the lining, you see. This is how this one works. This is how it works. Okay, then here's stroke. Stroke is putting a border color or background, extra background to this stuff. And you see, you can use stroke to do a lot of beautiful things. I want my stroke to be, let me leave it at 20. I love the black color. Here's shadow. Shadow, you can reduce it, you can increase it. This is shadow effect. Everybody knows what shadow is already. This is the blur radius to blur the shadow, to make it either go up. This is the opacity level I left this stuff. So now if I blur it, you see the more effects in the blur. So I want to leave this at 50 and I blur this one at 30. See the outglow, when you put the outglow, the offset on X, the offset on Y. So I'm going to leave I'm going to leave it at this offset like this. Here's for the inner shadows. Let me use the white so that you can see the effects of the inner shadows. See, if I increase it, you see how the effect goes. You see how the effect of the blur edges of the inner shadow goes, right? Okay, and this when I've removed the blur, if I increase the blur, you see how it is. You can use it to do a lot of magics on pixellab. You see, you can actually let your work be like this, and boom, people will be wondering, how did you do this? How did you manage to get this plenty colors? How did you manage to make it blend this much? How did you that is what they be asking, plenty, how did you? And you'll be smiling, and you see, you can also change this, you see. So that's the magic in pixellab. Okay, you see, have you seen the effect now? Now if you come to this emboss is actually another way you can um let's say manipulate your text. So let me put on landscape so that you can see everything very clearly. See, here's where you can manipulate your text very much, and your text is being manipulated very much. You can do a lot of things on emboss. Perspective. This is where you can decide to create more of 3D effects of this stuff, or maybe a mock-up design of something, maybe a logo or a design you've done. You want to mock it up on something. Mock-up means uh, putting a design you've done in a real life format so that you can see how it looks. Okay, this is just a sample of it. This one looks as though it's on a wall. You got it? Okay. Another thing we have here is the 3D rotate. We can rotate it due x axis. We can rotate it due y axis. So this one also is going to help advance your perspective effect. You get, you can decide to do this one at 40 and try to shift this one depending on how I want it to look like. I want it to look slim like this. So I achieved this one already. Wow, I like this. Then now here is a 3D text. See, if I want to get deeper depths or stuff like that, I can do a lot of manipulations with this. Darken, lighten. Yeah, I can change color. I can use color. I can do different things here, but I want to use the automatic color. I can rotate it. This is another form of rotation. Say I want to place it on top of this place like this, and I want it to come to the front. Okay, see now I've gotten another thing. This is the Z rotation. You've seen. So we've created something very sweet. And this one is just to create an ambient light angle where the light should focus on more. Okay, here are another stuffs that you can also use. Use shadow effect, the spectacular hardness. Okay, here is text shadow, the 3D shadow. Sorry, the only stuff to appear as though it's very much on the wall is in the shadow. I've reduced the blur, opacity. Okay, let me reduce opacity. Here I can expand it to look very big. That's it. Here's the reflection. If I want to reflect it so much so that people would know that, oh, that this is what I've done. This is a reflection portion of it. So I've reflected this stuff, but I actually don't like the reflection here in this place. So you've seen how you can manipulate all the stuffs. Now this for the text. Here is for the shapes. Let's get rid of this one. This place is for the shapes. You can put your stickers. You have lots of stickers, lots and lots of them. See, this one sticker HD. That is, you want to download more stickers from this thing. And here are emojis. Here are emojis. You can import any of the emojis and use if you wish to. A lot of them. See, a whole lot of them. You can use plenty of them. It's a very sweet way for your design. Yeah, look at a lot of sticker effects, the codes, the stuffs. Okay, so that's just how you go about it. Alright, that's that for the sticker. Here is an icon for the importation. You can actually import anything you want from your gallery. Let's say I want to import this picture. You can actually import anything you want from your gallery. See it now. The same, some of the effects we had on the text is actually similar to the effects we're having to the pop-up menu we are having here. You see the copy, the crop. Okay, crop would not have crop in the text. We're having crop here. The only three different things now that we're having here is this: we select, delete, crop. Every other thing you see we have them the same. Texture opacity. Now another one we did not have then in the text is this color filter. Now we're seeing it here. It does a lot of magic. This color filter is very powerful. You see, I've changed the color of this stuff already. Just right now. I made it look like something else that is still very perfect. Okay, I can add strokes. We already know what stroke is. I can add strokes to it, but the strokes do not really affect on this one, in this image. I can erase it if I want to see the effect of the eraser. I can actually use the eraser to do some professional somethings here. And just come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see the effects. Have you seen the effect on the body of this stuff? The dotted effect. Okay, so that's that for erase. Mask. I've already showed us what mask is. You can decide to mask this place so that you not see that portion, and maybe you see something like this, like half of it. That is depending on how you want to see it. If you want to see it like maybe you want to do a logo or stuff, and maybe you want to attach this one to that particular logo. That's it. That's what mask 2 is very much useful for logo. Now erase color. Erase color is a very powerful tool also. You can smoothen edges. You see what happens when you smoothen edges. Now tolerance. All these things are just there because you have not actually selected the color. This our color picker, our pick two. You can actually bring it down. Now any place you move it, you observe. You see the color change. See the color change. So if I want to erase this color, for instance, I click OK. See that it is going off. Hmm? You see, it's going off. That's that for the erase color. Rotate, we already know what rotate is all about. 3D rotate, we know what it is. This 3D shape, just like how we had 3D text, this is 3D shape. So it's the same thing. Perspective, we've shown us shadow, outer shadow, inner shadow, emboss. So this one does not have transparency and all that, and this 3D rotate. I mean, what's it called? The 3D. This one does not have this 3D shadow. Yes, does not have a 3D shadow. Okay. All right. That is that for this menu button. Now we'll come to the next menu button, the overlay. This one is the one you use to work on mainly the background, the default background. You can come here and change the background color to anything you want. You can change them to also to gradient colors. Any gradient color you deem fit. Come to change them to any gradient color you deem fit. That's your choice. Okay. Any gradient color you deem fit. Anyone you like very much. Whichever one. Alright. That's that for this color. Then transparent. There's where you want the background to be transparent. Here is uh, the size of the size you can decide to put your layout. This is your workspace. When you want to put it in the size, you can put it in maybe in the custom size. Custom size is just any stuff you've done here. Let's say 600 and 900. Okay, 900. See the ratio, 2:3. Have you seen the effects now on the shape on the your paper layout? It's now a portrait stuff. I can decide to put it on square where it was before. I can decide to put it on other. This is a picture square. I mean profile picture square. This another YouTube channel banner. You see them? YouTube channel banner, YouTube thumbnail. Here you see a lot of formats that you can use to create um, flyers for all this stuff. Facebook cover art. You see the actual ratio you need for it. Google Plus cover plus. You see the actual ratio you need for it. Twitter header size. You see, this is the actual stuff you need for it, but my stuff is custom here. Okay, then if we had an image, okay, let's say I actually had this image here. Okay, this crop is actually going to be functional if we had an image. Let's say I had this image. You see that the crop now is very functional. I can decide to crop the image to which size I want it, which place I want to show more. You see, which place I want it to show more on the background. Listen, it's actually giving me more sweet stuff that I need. Now this, if I want to select an image from the gallery here, maybe I want this particular image. I can select whichever portion I want, just like that crop also. So I've selected. Here is when I want to select from a camera. I just want to snap. Maybe I love this floor, and I snap it. Immediately I use it as my background. You see it. Then I now choose any portion of the floor I want as my background, and boom, that's it. So that is that about uh, this icon. Now let's go over to the next one. This icon. Here is also for you to do other manipulations on the background. Let's say we selected. Let's say we selected an image here. Let's see use. Okay. Let's use this image rather. Okay. Let's say we selected this image. Just take a good look at this region. You see what happens. when we rotate it, you see, it rotates whichever part where you want that particular stuff to be, that glow to be, that's where you're going to rotate it to use. I prefer this down part. I prefer my light coming from the down to the up. Now, Vignette is actually a circular shadow effect that you can add to a design or a picture, just or even a video. Yeah, don't worry. I'll soon be posting some of my video courses for you to see. You can add this Vignette to it. Again, put noise. Noise is actually something that is very sweet on the background too. You can decide to work on your noise here, enhance it. You see, getting an effect of noise to disturb or to cause a turbulence on the stuff on the background. But I don't want noise. Stripes, you can put stripes. You can make it alpha bold or alpha thin. You can make it repeatedly more or just less repeatedly. Let's use it less repeatedly. The brightness, you can work on the brightness to make it dark, whichever one you want. I think let me make it dark a little. 15. Then here, the same thing that you saw that you're uh, on the, okay, let's use on this place. You see this your color filter. Similar stuff you have here are the things you have in this place. You see your contrast, you see your brightness, you see your hue, saturation, these four things. They're the stuffs that were there that you can work with. Try to work with them. And you can change your design to be very, 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 very sweet. Whichever way you want. Just on your background, your hue, you see, it's changing the color already to something very much lovely than the one I had before. See? Then the saturation is just going to help me make the color become very much obvious. You get? So that's it. That's just it. Alright. That's all about the manipulations in pixellab using this whole stuff that's in here. Just the five of them. And just these five things are doing a whole lot. Then here is the here is the normal name, the title bar. It has no function there, just to show you the name of the app. Here is the backward arrow to autocorrect all the stuff you've done before. You see, it's correcting everything I've done. Okay, and here's the zoom button. You can click on it to zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, and click here again. You click on this portion. Let's say I finished zooming. Let's say I zoomed in, and I click on this portion now to zoom out. Then when I click on this other portion, the zoom disappears. Here is the grid, um, the grid lines. It provides me with this line. Here is the magnetic effect of the grid line, and here is just the line setting. If I click on the grid line setting and I want this stuff, maybe I want this place to create a margin. I created a margin with this, and this, and this, and this. Then I now turn on this place, this grid magnet. Now I can decide to add more grids. Like I see me, I'm already putting. I can decide to add more grids by clicking on this plus to add the vertical grid. By clicking on it plus to add more horizontal grid. You've seen them now. Now I can cancel it from here. I can cancel it from here. Now this grid I can make it go. I can increase the position, the fastness of the position. Yes, I want it to go very slow. I just have to, you see. Okay, sorry. The the place I want it to be, if I want it to be at the top right, it goes. Instead of me moving it like this, I can just use this positioning stuff to make it be where I want it to be. Let's say I want it to be at 80, and boom, look at where it is already. Now, that's all that about that. I can just click on this place, this this place to get the number of grids I want this 3 by 3 grid. That's why we have three vertical lines and three horizontal lines. I want it to be 90, 90 by 90 grid lines. Boom. And you see we have grid lines everywhere. Grid lines everywhere. Grid lines everywhere. That is vertical 90, horizontal 90. Boom. You see? The same thing you see in your corridor are things we are seeing here. And actually, you can use this grid line to do a very beautiful work on AutoCAD. Let's say you have some AutoCAD designs to do, or even have a graph. Yeah, you can also create a graph with these grid lines for you not to stress yourself going to use shapes and rest. You can create a graph using this stuff. A graph book. Yeah, create it. See, I'm already working on the grid, and you see the sweet effect I'm having with the grid. You can decide to make this grid actually become something very sweet, maybe a background or something like that. You can decide to make it a background after arranging it in the way I want it to be. Maybe I have a picture I want to, let's say, put in this particular region as maybe an arrest, something like that, to make it look like a border or something, or a cell. So you see, when I click on this stuff, I cannot really, I cannot access it again. Now I want this stuff to be there. You see, are you seeing the lines appearing? These red lines is showing the position where this stuff is at. This image I'm holding is at already. So I don't want the grid. I just want my simple. So I can just come and it's okay. 3 to 3. So I'm done with the grid. Once I'm done with the grid, I just click here again to go off this place. Then here is our page. What will I call it now? It's actually a button you can click to view your slides, all the stuff you have in your slide here. And these eight buttons here, eight dots here, you can actually touch them and use them to move your shapes and your text, to place them either on the top or at the back of each one. Okay, then these three buttons here at the top. Here you see some other beautiful things you can do with pixellab. You can decide to learn some things by yourself on pixellab. Let's say you want some tutorials as a beginner, you can go here and learn some things. So just like as I'm teaching you, the image size and just some of the stuff you see, you saw, some of those effects you saw here, they just brought them easily for you, the ones you can use. Then if you want to exit this stuff, so I don't want to exit yet. So these are the main things here. I want to put it on full screen. Maybe I'm done with the design. I want to see how beautiful my design will look like. Okay. Then here, this other point is where we have quotes of different kinds. You can put it in French. It's only English and French that we have here. Motivation, you see, you have motivation, success, friendship, happiness, and what have you. A lot of them. So I don't want any quote actually. Here is where you share your image to these handles. Here is a format you can save it, either the PNG format or the JPEG format. Here's a custom size. This is the custom size you used when you're setting your image size. Well, you want it to now saving this stuff. You want to save it on a very high quality, so you can put either medium, high, very high, or ultra. I love putting myself on ultra. Then I save. It appears on my gallery. Even if I want to share, it will first save in my gallery before it shares. Look at it. It first save, then it leads me to share. Now, if I check my gallery now, you see that I have this. I have this picture already there on my gallery. I have it on my Pixel apps already. See, so this is the picture. Okay. Which other one? Which other one? Yeah, this is our save button. Here is where you can save it as a project. let's say arrow. I've saved it as a project. When you come here, my project, you see arrow. You click on arrow, it comes out. And here is a plus where you can input other stuff, maybe to change check the current date, like to input the today's date to your design. To input today's date in your design. Here's another maybe to put a sticker or what have you. And to put plenty stuff, you can draw also. You can use this one to sign your signature or do other manipulations you have to do with it. And your draw tool, you have them here too, like I've said before. Okay, I did not tell us what draw tool was used for. Here is it. And other ones. These are just the little effects we have on this place. Importing picture from a gallery, we've done this one. Draw, I just showed you draw. Shapes, here is where you introduce shapes. You can change the colors of the shape. Let's say to this. You can reduce opacity if you want. You can get another radius of it. And you can add strokes to it. You can reduce the opacity of the stroke if you want. You can change the color of the stroke, either to a gradient or what have you, whatever you want to put it as. So you do it. This is the blur, this effect. Okay, and that's what they have for the shapes. Then the Blazer 2, I've already showed us what Blazer 2 is used to. Okay, I've not showed us the masking tool I showed us. This is Blazer 2, you can use it to actually come here, you need to manipulate, to draw, maybe uh, get your very nice, maybe you want to construct a logo, come here, add more nodes, nodes upon nodes upon nodes upon nodes upon nodes upon nodes. And you want the spaces to be filled with color. You just decide to color it. Whichever thing you want, you can decide to color it. You want to increase the stroke width, to increase it. And okay, you can copy and copy and copy as many times as you want. You see? So you've got an effect. You can move it to whichever position you want. And now, if you do it, you see that you created something very beautiful that you can use for creative design too. It just looks like a rack, all this shop rack. You see? You just created shop rack right now using pixellab. I can put it maybe somewhere at the edge here. I put it at this front and introduce shapes to it. I introduce shapes to it to cover up the shame, the nakedness it has. Let me use here. I can select colors at random, plenty colors. Let me just use something dark on it. I come here, I put it, and I can still copy it and put another one on it. So I've actually created something meaningful and useful here for a design. Can decide to reduce opacity of one or maybe change the color of one to something very okay. Let's say using orange. Orange is actually not that nice on this stuff, but giving it something like this, it's you see we've actually created something very beautiful. Yeah, so that is that about that. This arrow is just you creating and putting an arrow effect on your stuff. You see different types of arrow effects. You can decide to edit it whichever way you want. Change the notes, change the mouth, give opacity, that what have you. So that's it about pixel app manipulations. Thank you for your time, and please do subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. Remain blessed.